Hi guys, it's Tom from FitCure and this is my foam rolling sequence. So let's get cracking. So we're going to do 30 seconds on and then we're going to give you 10 seconds to sort of rest / change position. So if we roll together as a team, let's get cracking. 2. So we're going to go outside of the thigh first, so forearms down, hands down, and then you're going to roll through from there, hip through to knee, backwards and forwards, just looking for tender spots on that thigh muscle. Backwards and forwards from there. So I would typically foam roll before a workout, and then sometimes when watching TV as well, I might give it a little bit of a roll. Particularly if the tissue's feeling tender, if I've got any muscle soreness, I'll roll through from here. So as you're rolling, we're rolling what's called the IT band here, and you want to make sure that you're just rolling just below the hip joint itself, so you're not getting too much pressure there. So that's our beep. So we're changing sides, opposite side. So forearms down again, hands down. So easier option if you're really painful for you guys, just roll through from there, hip through to knee, just looking for tender spots. If you feel like a ninja, you can pop one leg on top of the other and then give that leg a good roll from there and again. So make sure as you're rolling, you're working all the way down to just above the knee itself as well. And you're just searching around really, trying to find those tender spots on the outside of the thigh. See how you go. So we've got 30 seconds written on the timer. So there is research out there to show that foam rolling does improve range of motion. So if I change sides, so one leg on, one leg off, roll the thigh muscle from there. So hips down, forearms down, and then give that leg a good roll from there as well, backs and forwards. Yeah, so the research shows that minimum amount of time under tension on the foam roller is 30 seconds to elicit a change in the range of motion in the joints, particularly in the quadriceps. There's some research out there that shows it actually improved hip extension by foam rolling. But in actual fact, we're not entirely sure what the foam rolling actually does. What we like to think is that foam rolling decreases the tension in the muscle tissue, softens it up, makes it more pliable, ready for exercise, almost like a poor man's massage technique. But we're not entirely sure if that is exactly the case. But still, it feels good to roll. So we're going to go the other side. So forearm down again, and then you're going to roll through hip through to knee. Again, just looking for tender spots on that thigh muscle. So I might move that thigh around, trying to find tender bits. If there's a knot somewhere, I might flex and extend on it, contract and relax. See if I can sort of loosen off that tissue a little bit, make it feel a little bit better. So if nothing else, this is going to improve circulation for training. So the pressure itself is going to stimulate blood flow to the area, which is going to make it feel a lot nicer when we're doing our squats. So next one we're going to do is we're going to turn the foam roller 45 degrees. I'm going to pop the inside of the knee on the roller and then forearms down. Make sure we turn those hips into the floor and then just search through that inside bit of the leg. So I like to do this one in sections. So I'll do the lower section first, where that teardrop muscle is, work through that section till it dissipates a little bit, till the pain dissipates, and then slowly creep up the inside of the leg, just looking for tender spots right up towards the groin and see what I can find. So it's a little bit of a sort of search. Obviously, common sense prevails in the sense that if something doesn't feel particularly tender, you're probably better off spending more time on the area that does feel tender. So if we go from there, hip through to knee again, just looking for tender spots. So forearms are down, and then just trying to search around that inside bit of the leg, just for those tight spots. Bit more sore on this side, that's why I've gone quiet. Okay, perfect, good. So next one we're going to roll outside of the bum. So pop the foam roller down. You're going to sit on your foam roller, leaning on one bum cheek, hand on the floor, ankle across the knee, and then you're just going to roll through the outside bit of the bum cheek where your wallet is, and just trying to find tender spots there. See if you can find anything that's a bit tender, and then roll through. So if you want a little bit more pressure, you can pop your forearm down, and again just searching around the outside of that thigh bum muscle, up near the top as well. Really good. So changing sides. So opposite hand down, ankle across the knee, And again, just rolling through, touching the tender spots. If you want a little bit more pressure, pop that forearm down. And again, you've got the same position again, just rolling through. Trying to find those little sore bits. So the idea behind the foam rolling is when you apply pressure to the area, inside your tendon you've got something called your Golgi tendon organ, and that basically is like the gatekeeper to the muscle, what looks after the muscle. So by applying pressure, it makes you think you're going to damage the muscle, and then makes the muscle relax. In theory, that's what foam rolling is doing. So next we're going to do, we're going to pop one leg on, lower leg, ankle across the foot to apply more pressure, just lift those hips up and then just work through those calf muscles. Again, looking for sore spots. So I like to do mine in sections. So lower section first, give it a good roll, so that doesn't feel too tender to me today, and then work up to the sort of the ball bit at the back of the leg. Let's see what we've got. So twist and turn, try and find those tight bits. Okay, perfect. Changing leg. So opposite foot on. So if you're really struggling, if there's too much pressure there, you can just roll from that position. Again, searching around. If you like the pressure, other leg over the top and then give it a good roll. Search around for those tender spots. So you can get different densities in your foam rollers. You can get knobbly ones and polyurethane ones and all kinds of different rollers. But I would argue that just a basic foam roller, how much pressure do you actually need? If you want to elicit a change, do we really need to apply that much pressure and bruise and damage the area? I'm not quite sure if we do. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the arms across, we're up to the top and then back through to the middle of the back. Backwards and forwards from there. Okay, perfect. Good. So that's your foam rolling. Crack on and then enjoy your workout.